Shouhed announced his engagement to Paulina Ben-Cohen during the Shahs of Sunset Season 9 reunion show on Sunday on Bravo. The 42-year-old reality star, despite the engagement announcement, was still called a liar and cheat by his fellow cast members. "The narrative is that I'm a effing piece of S and that is how we have to make me look this year, and I get it," said Mike. "It's okay. I understand." Show host Andy Cohen, 53, told him there was no narrative, but that he had been in serious relationships with two women who he cheated on and they were talking about it. Andy asked him if he was in therapy and Mike said, "I see a spiritual advisor." Mike said he now understands that sexting is cheating, but he hasn't been physical with anyone else. Destiny Rose, 41, said otherwise and claimed Mike had sexted with other women and met up with them. "Yes, yes, yes," Destiny said while clapping her hands. "She's writing an autobiography. It's coming out soon," Mike said. "Deflect," said Destiny. "You're a piece of S. And you know what, all bets are off." When Andy asked her how she knew, she said it was a small world and the reality was that Mike tried to get with two of her girlfriends. "Don't even play, you know exactly who they are," Destiny said. "This happened in LA. Don't play. LA. Do not play with me, Mike. I am not a liar and am not fake. I've always been 100 and you should thank me for not saying anything sooner to anybody about this." Mike wanted to know if she had any proof and Destiny said, "I kept it on the low. That wasn't Mike's only blow-up with a castmate. Things got so heated between him and Golnesa Gigi Garaketagi, 39, that Andy suggested the show taping take a break. The show started with Mercedes Javid, 49, and her husband Tommy Fate, 49, refusing to come out of a dark room because he was mad that MJ was talking about their marriage being in shambles. MJ told him she didn't think their marriage was in shambles and Tommy said, "No, but you sure acted like it was. Can you please leave?" Tommy told Mercedes when he went into his room. Before the show, each of the women received flowers from Mike. Mike also brought flowers to his girlfriend Paulina and kissed her before the show. "I want to spend the rest of my life with you, you know that," he told her. Andy came back to meet Paulina in the makeup room. He asked her if there were misconceptions about her relationship with Mike. She said yes and that she was there to clear things up. "As the man of my dreams," Paulina said. "Maybe we will have an engagement by the end of the night?" said Andy. The cast gathered on a set that looked like a beautiful outdoor patio. Andy mentioned the set was inspired by the cast members' yards and referenced Reza Farhan, 48, and his newly renovated backyard. Reza had lost 75 pounds and Andy asked if everyone had been invited over to see it in person. MJ said she had. She said she was not offended but that it hurt her very much. Andy read a question from a fan who wanted to know why Destiny Rose, 37, looked so different and wanted to know what work she had done. Destiny said she had gotten Invisalign, to straighten her teeth. Andy said, "Your cheeks look more filled out." "Cheeks I haven't done, I've done Botox," Destiny said. "Your face looks fuller to me," Andy kept asking. She then admitted that she went to get her lips done while touching her cheeks and said that she did fillers. "So you did do fillers," said Andy. Destiny said yes, but that it wasn't recent. Andy then asked Gigi about how she stalked her sperm donor on social media. She said she just got really scared before the embryo transfer and thought, what if everything in his file had been a lie? "He was everything that the file said he was and I never want to look again," said Gigi, who wouldn't reveal how she found her sperm donor. Andy then asked Gigi about the moms group she had founded with Jessica Parito, 32, Mike's ex-wife, and MJ. Mike said he thought it was wonderful that Gigi had a group and said he does keep in touch with Jessica. Andy asked MJ if being moms brought her closer to Gigi. She said it had, but that she wanted them to be closer. Gigi said there wouldn't even be a friendship between them if they both didn't have kids. "It hurts me to hear that, but I love her enough and I understand we have pain, so I want to work through that," said MJ. Mike said he thought the problem was that MJ was jealous of Gigi's relationship with Reza. Gigi said she didn't think it was about her but the fact that Reza was close and friend with the woman other than MJ. MJ stepped in and said that Reza transfers his close relationships from one girlfriend to the next. "That's just your fantasy," Reza said. He said sometimes you are just closer with some people than you are with others in the group. Andy asked Gigi about her relationship with Mike, especially when he didn't come to her son's birthday. Mike reminded Gigi that she called Paulina a bee and told him to put a muzzle on her. Gigi said it wasn't rude. Andy said that if you call someone a bee and tell them to put a muzzle on, it's not great. Andy then turned the conversation about their trips to Palm Springs and asked about Mike's text message scandal. He wanted to know if anyone was surprised that Paulina put this on blast. Gigi said she was surprised. Mike said he was also surprised, but that now looking back he thought it was a savage move. "It was a checkmate and she checked me," he said, adding that all the texts happened in one day in the middle of COVID. He said he never met the woman and she didn't him and it got sexual in nature. The cast then told Andy that the woman also reached out separately to all of them. Nema said no one took the bait. Mike said no one reached out to him to get his side of the story. Reza said he did. Destiny also said that she never responded to all the other ones that had burned her. Mike asked her, "Why are you so effing absorbed with my life and my relationships?" Destiny said she wasn't. Mike said publicly that he wanted to apologize for what he did. He said he felt horrible that they all had to get involved. He said it caused a lot of damage to all of their friendships. Mike told him that the messages were real, but that he believed his iCloud was hacked. "Steve Jobs is rolling around in his grave right now," Reza responded. Gigi said she got mad at Paulina and not Mike during the text message scandal because Mike was her friend and will continue to be when Paulina isn't in the picture anymore. Andy asked Mike about his apology speech and said it reminded him of the Jessica situation. Andy then tried to get to the bottom of who sent the spoof emails. MJ said no one is going to admit to the spoof. Mike admitted to having two phones. He said one was for his construction business. Gigi said that he didn't have that 310 number before. Mike told her he had that number for years. So it wasn't for construction, said Gigi. Mike then asked her if she was trying to catch him in a lie. "I'm not trying to catch anything, you are turned all the way up, bro," said Gigi. "She's on my side, but she is trying to play detective," said Mike. "I'm not on your side about being a liar and a cheater," said Gigi. "I'm on your side that the B should have never texted me." Mike told her to not call her a B. Gigi said she wouldn't call her a effing B. Mike then called Gigi a B. She said she was a B just like Mike's Nana. "Talk about my mom," Mike said furiously after hitting a vape pen. "Smoke that S.B., Gigi said. And they then suggested they all take a break. Everyone went to their dressing rooms to cool off. Reza went to talk to Mike about repairing their friendship. Destiny and Gigi spoke. Gigi said that she was about to show him what a B was. Everyone returned to the stage including Paulina, Mike's girlfriend. Gigi came out carrying the white roses that Mike had given her before the show. She gave them to Paulina and said, "These are for you." Mike told her that he had already given her red ones before the show and Gigi said, "Well then put them in the trash where they belong." And they then asked Paulina why she wanted to be here tonight. Paulina said she left on a bad note, she felt she had misrepresented their relationship and she wanted to clarify that. Andy wanted to know why she shared the DMs with the group. She said it was an impulsive moment and she was angry. She said that Mike has changed. Andy asked her about texting with Jessica. She admitted she had access to Mike's iCloud and saw that Mike and Jessica texted. She said Jessica texted Mike a photo of a pair of shoes and Mike asked if they were fake. Jessica responded that they were as fake as your girl and Paulina said she reached out to her as any woman would do. Andy asked Gigi what she thought about that. Gigi said she thought it would be best for her to stay out of it. Paulina then wanted to know what she ever did to Gigi and asked her why she was such a B and Gigi said what Paulina did was a red flag. Paulina called her a hood rat. Andy read a question from a viewer for Paulina that said, "Considering how Mike treated his ex-wife Jessica, do you think history is repeating itself?" Paulina said she wasn't a fan of Mike being on the show because that their real life is amazing. Destiny whispered it's not amazing. It's a facade. Andy asked Mike if Paulina gave him an ultimatum that said it was either the show or her, what would he do? Mike after a pregnant pause told him he would leave the show. Paulina said that every single night Mike bathes her kids and brushes their teeth. He does stuff that no man does for their kids, let alone stepkids, Paulina said. That is why I know that this time round is so different. I would not be able to live a day without him in my life. I told him before that I wouldn't live without him. Mike then told everyone that they were engaged and Paulina showed them her ring. Mike said he proposed to Paulina in Hawaii. He said that he had Paulina's son Mason ask her for him. He also revealed that he had moved out of his condo and bought a house and that he lives together with Paulina. Andy wanted to know if he would have a prenup signed before the wedding, but both Mike and Paulina said no. Destiny urged Paulina to get a prenup to protect her 2 kids and said she just wanted the best for Paulina. She said that Paulina had told her stuff about Mike and Destiny urged her to come clean, but Paulina was just silent. The Shahs of Sunset reunion will continue next Sunday on Bravo.